Huzzah! Salutations. Huzzah and salutations. We are here to leadeth the team. We are the loyal sons of the great state of Iowa, the mighty Midwest, the Big 12, the Iowa State Cyclones, the Iowa Hawkeyes, and the Nebraska Cornhuskers. And I think I already said the Big 12, didn't I, Brett?
Yes, you did.
I am the Hoff, and I am here with Brett of Bartonsville. This is our fancy holiday episode, in which we will be consuming fancy drinks, which were purchased from the Lonely Oak Distillery in Earling, Iowa. My monocle has gone ajar, and I will put it back. Okay, Brett, cheers.
Cheers.
All right.
That was tasty.
What a mess. What a mess.
I'm surprised your English accent didn't fall out with, like, your monocle.
Stronger. Anywho. All right, as I said, I'm the Hoff, along with my co-host, Brett. Unfortunately, for all of you, we may lose some listeners here because this is the first time you're seeing our faces. And this is going to be an ongoing trend moving forward. But we wanted to record a short holiday and heartfelt episode. And cheers to new beginnings. So, before we get rolling, Brett, how was your holiday?
It was great. Stayed here in Texas, had a lot of family come into town, all from up north and across the pond. They really enjoyed the 80-degree weather on Christmas.
I do enjoy your sister-in-law's accent. It's
yes. That's where you picked it up from, wasn't it? Yep. So,
Ruby.
Yep, and then we took little Ruby, get her first pair of boots, ostrich skin pink boots.
And your son got like I don't want to call it a makeover. He got like a Texas-style makeover as well.
Yeah, he's gone country.
Yeah, he's gone true Texas high school football player.
Yeah, it's funny because my brother was saying, hey, he looks like he's ready to work. And then I go, sweet, I'll find some work for you. And he wasn't too excited about the actually work part. He's more the dress-up part.
You got a phone number you can call up in Logan, Iowa, and I guarantee that guy can assign some work down here. Really.
Oh, yeah. We'll put him to work.
All right. No, fantastic. I got to see the family the other night. They're all inside the house right now. We are sitting in a very holiday festive atmosphere, if you will. What is it, 75? 70, 75?
Feels like it.
Right next to a pool. We have in the background, as we are the loyal sons of the Big 12, the Arizona State Duke game is on, and the Utah-Nebraska game is on, which the Utah-Duke game is somewhat of a shocker for most, but the Huskers almost look like...
Except for the one that picked Duke.
True. We'll get into that later. I'm not going to sit here and support my pick-em record this year. But Nebraska gave a hell of a run with a very... let's say, opt-out ridden offense. I was traveling up to Iowa for the holidays, so if there's been any opt-outs for some of these bowl games, I apologize for anybody that is listening. It's tough to keep up when you're on the road and you're up in Iowa, with family and everything. One thing.
Speaking of Iowa, what was the goings-on in Iowa?
Oh, the goings-on in Iowa. Brett, this is something that I am proud of and adore about. Being from Southwest Iowa, it's not just from Southwest Iowa, it's from a small town in any small town in Iowa. As we've talked about in previous episodes, wrestling is a religion up there, right? So on the news down here, something you will very rarely, if ever, hear in 365 days in a year is anything about high school wrestling.
Oh, zero.
Right. Now, some of it is because, my family still follows, the Logan Magnolia Panthers, go Loma, which are doing, quite well this year. And, Loma is always a school that's ranked up there. But the Western Iowa Conference duels, Brett, which were held in Logan, in the new Panther Dome, which I got to be honest, it was a lot bigger than what I thought it would be.
Really?
Yeah. We've got this dome that's like the size of the school now.
So is it like one of those tennis domes you'd see in Omaha?
Well, it's a hard top.
Okay.
Yeah,
nice.
It looked like it was. But yeah, there's like a whole track around the top of it. It fits 3 wrestling mats.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Got fancy on it.
Nice.
But Loma is ranked in the top 5 and in state, which is a pretty common thing for them. I'm not sitting here blowing smoke. But Oakland Riverside is a team that, back in the 90s was a powerhouse. They've kind of come back to prominence, if you will. And they are also in the top 5. Now, it came down to those two teams, as far as, them and somebody else, as far as like the top three, is like essentially you win the Western Iowa Conference duels. It has I don't know how regional duels and how the state duels work anymore. They're a lot different than they were back when I was in high school. But I mean, it has a huge impact. I mean, it's, the Western Iowa Conference duels, right? So as far as being a dual team in your ranking, you want to win this. Logan was winning it, and my brother was not officiating, thankfully for him. Now, Jeremy was out in, I believe, somewhere in, I want to say Hawkeye, in the Des Moines area.
Okay.
Officiating a 3A tournament or something. Like Jeremy's got bigger britches on now, so he's been officiating all over the state and in some big duels and big tournaments. Now, I guess where I'm going with this is that Missouri Valley, which is, as you know, 5 miles down the road from my hometown, they're a team that, we had a rivalry back in the day, but the two are kind of like brothers now. Both schools have just kind of like, you know what? Hey, let's all just get along.
So like stepbrothers, they go into the room, they're like,
it's like one of those
Randy Jackson's sword, and they're like, you're cool, let's do like activities.
It's weird in a way, like that. In sports, they'll get into it on the floor, on the field, on the court, on the mat. But these are people that hang out with each other in normal everyday life. Well, that happened. So the 150-pound match, I believe, in the championship for the Western Iowa Conference duels, there was some 4-letter words exchanged. Apparently there was it depends on which town you go to. I went and had a beer in both towns, and I will tell you, the story differs 5 miles from one to the other. And one side says the Missouri Valley kid, was instigated towards him. The other side says, Missouri Valley kid did this, Long story short, this official had a very zero tolerance policy for this type of stuff. And they're getting ready to go into overtime, these two. And they decide, well, I'm going to drop it. Fuck you back, blah, blah, blah. The official just says, done with it. You're both disqualified.
Was the official from another town nearby?
Thankfully, yes. Now, he's a very good official.
Okay.
Very good official. I don't know, and there's maybe backstory to this as well. And also, too, you don't know what this official's seen throughout the year. Maybe he's seen some things go crazy. And my thought is that the coaches themselves should have maybe had a little bit stronger. I'm not going to down on Logan's coaches or Missouri Valley's coaches. It just it comes back on everybody, right? I guess where we're going here is that Logan was in the lead as far as team points. Well, when this kid gets disqualified, all of the points he earned throughout the day were taken away.
Oh.
That dropped Logan down to, I believe, second or third place. Riverside ends up winning. And this was on the KMA News. It was big goings on up in Iowa. Yeah, and we went into Logan for a beer. It was brought up there. We went down to Missouri Valley, to 2 different spots down there for a cold one. And it was brought up everywhere we went. Now, this poor official, like I said, thankfully for him, he doesn't live in Missouri Valley or Logan, because it's like, the parents get crazy. It is what it is. But it was just one of those like reminders of like, okay, well, I'm living in a state where football is religion. Go back home. It kind of brought me back home. It felt like I was back home. Anyways, it was just a week of Iowa, and no real snow, just some blizzard coming back. I will say that I heard more about, and it's somewhat refreshing. I heard more about Iowa State's transfer portal issues and the Nebraska Huskers and the Iowa Hawkeyes up there than I do down here.
Yeah,
it was nice to hear. Also heard a bunch of grumblings about the Kansas City Chiefs, which we'll move on from that.
Yeah, but then you guys went to Lonely Oak, didn't you?
We did, and thank you for bringing that up. That's where I was ultimately wanting to go. So driving up there, and on this podcast, obviously we're big supporters of the Iowa Everywhere Network. Love everybody that all the shows that are over there, all the personalities on each show as well. And a couple of the shows are either sponsored by Lonely Oak or Steeple Ridge. Now, I was rolling into town on Sunday night and just happened to be talking to my father and my stepmother about Oak Distillery and that I wanted to stop by. And I knew it was a holiday week. It was going to be tough because, these small town distilleries, or, smaller distilleries, if you will. And I apologize, Pat and Amy, I'm not calling your business a small distillery. I'm just saying in small town Iowa, around the holidays, sometimes they shut them down. Like, we're not doing tours. We're not doing anything.
They got a family too.
Yeah. And not to mention, they farm all their own products as well, their own ingredients as well. So with that being said, I'm talking to my dad and my stepmom Sunday night, and my stepmom Patty just says, well, no, we know Pat and Amy.
Who doesn't your dad and Patty know? Don't know,
Of course, right? Turns out that Pat was apparently like a coach on like my nephew's baseball team, all sorts of stuff. I'm like, oh yeah, we've been over there a lot. And to Earling. I had forgotten that Earling was literally only like 25 minutes from my parents' place.
Okay.
So yeah, they were closed. And Pat and Amy said, come on over. We'd love to show you around. And Pat, the rest of the family was, I think, putting up the Christmas tree and everything up there, and they were, getting ready for Christmas. And Pat, just an amazing man. Pat Hoffman, he meets us, he's outside carrying stuff in. He's just doing a normal work day, right? He's, carrying stuff into the shop. And we come pulling up, and we're the only car in the parking lot. It's the awesome part about Lonely Oak is that you pull up and you feel like you're just in the driveway of a machine shed on a farm.
Nice.
And then they open it up, and all of this, everything they use to distill, vodka, whiskey, bourbon, everything's all inside. There's another part of the machine shed or, warehouse, if you will. It has all the barrels, everything. And Pat walks us through everything. He was absolutely fantastic. Could not be more thankful. It was just so incredible. Me being somebody who, I'll drink a whiskey every now and then, but I'm not a whiskey connoisseur. I was absolutely 100% engaged in everything that man was saying because he makes it very entertaining. And he sheds some light on a lot of things you don't know. But then on top of it, I'm sitting here thinking, okay, well, we'll come over, buy a couple bottles of booze. Thanks for showing us around. Pat says, no, well, we got the taste testing bar. Let's go in there. So we go in, and he just starts pulling them down. Which one do you want to try out? Which one do you try out? And then next thing, I look over and, me being a lightweight, we're sitting there and we have like 7 or 8 of these, little shot glasses. Pat's even showing us when he pours the shot, how you take a drip of water and put it in there, and it kind of helps the flavor and all sorts of stuff. I'm not going to get into it because I'm no expert. But I look over, and my dad and my stepmom are sitting there looking at me like, the hell are you doing, man? And even Pat was like, he's like, you're not, you got half full shot glasses.
I was going to say, did your dad ask if you needed a nipple?
I know, right? I'm sitting there thinking, my tolerance to hard alcohol. I'm sitting here going like, guys, if I drink all this, my tongue's going to stop functioning. But every whiskey was just fantastic. It was absolutely awesome. Pat walked us not only through the whiskey and, vodka and the bourbon and everything, but he also walked us through the business side of it. They are doing very well. And the things that they use to make their whiskey and their bourbon, vodka, that all comes from their own fields.
Really?
Absolutely incredible. So we can talk more about that. I can go on for hours. Anyways, Brett, we decided. So again, Lonely Oak Distillery. Thank you. Thank you. Anybody that's listening, if you guys happen to be in Western, you don't even have to be in Western. If you go to a Hy-Vee or a couple, I think maybe Fairways, I don't know. There's a couple different grocery stores. You can look it up. Steeple Ridge whiskey and bourbon, and then North 40 vodkas.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Fantastic product. But we did deem today, the holiday episode to new beginnings. And the reason that we're doing this is we are not going to talk about Iowa State football. The reason is because every single person that's listening to this, every single person that follows us on TikTok, every single person that follows us on any social media, you all listen to other podcasts, you all listen to ESPN, the radio, whatever. And y'all are out there bitching at each other on Twitter on top of it. And Hawkeye fans that are throwing knives at Iowa State fans, Iowa State fans that are sitting here digging on Matt Campbell. Some of you are digging on the players. Not saying you all are. There are some very good Iowa State fans. I'm not saying that the fans that are upset are bad fans. It's just one of those where we are in a time where you can hate on Matt Campbell all you want, and you can hate on the guys that are leaving. It ain't gonna do you a damn bit of good. So focus forward, right, Brett?
Absolutely. Only thing I would say is it kind of answers the question we asked a couple episodes ago of, are you loyal to the school or your coach? And I believe we settled on these players are probably loyal to Matt Campbell. That's what made him a great coach and makes him a great coach.
Absolutely.
And we'll just get some new people in. I'm sure Jimmy Rogers is going to have people that will change their commitment and come in and build his program.
Got some great coordinators coming in. And you know what? We got a handful of guys that stuck around too.
Yeah.
That people are really undervaluing.
Flora?
Yeah. Man, talk about a dude who, like, that was like a highlight of this season.
Oh, that's so amazing to watch.
We were there in person.
Yeah.
There was a couple different guys, defensive leaders, sticking around. And, you know, our kicker sticking around, last I saw. Now, pardon if I have to incorrect, but Conradi sticking around. The man with the golden leg.
Yes.
That Iowa hates so much. But anyways, we'll move on from that because, again, it's new beginnings. We're focused forward, and we're going to only look at what Jimmy Rogers and that crew do moving forward.
Which, speaking of Oakland Riverside, didn't he wrestle at Oakland Riverside?
It's a different Jimmy Rogers.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
That was a multiple, I believe, state gold medalist.
Okay.
Jimmy Rogers. Yes. But
you don't meet too many Jimmy Rogers in life.
It's true. It's a really good small town Iowa wrestling reference. So, by the way, and we did say we were going to do this. Since we
new segment.
Okay. All right. Well, let's move on really quick because we are going, Iowa fans and Nebraska fans, don't worry, we are going to get to your bowl. Looking on the brighter side, we don't even need to go through all the scores.
No.
Basketball's good.
Very good.
And it's for everybody. Basketball is good for everybody.
Yes.
Wrestling's looking up for everybody right now. I apologize for our loyal wrestling fans out there. I don't have the rankings in front of me right now. I know Iowa State finally lost. Ohio State, I believe, which is a top-tier team. Nebraska and Iowa still hanging in there up in the top of the ranks. But men's basketball sitting at number 3, hanging in there. And they've got, you never want to overlook the guys from Morgantown.
Very true.
They are coming to Ames here pretty soon. Women's sitting at number 10 right now, man.
Audie's a beast.
And I was actually driving up to Iowa when they had to hit a buzzer beater to beat Kansas in basketball, which, I don't know if Kansas is worth a shit in women's basketball, but you know what? In basketball, it's a good day when you beat Kansas.
Always a good day to beat Kansas in basketball.
Absolutely. Now, Nebraska. Men are sitting at number 13.
Wow.
Hoiberg's Warriors sitting up there, man. The mayor is getting it done. Still currently holding the nation's longest winning streak. They beat number 13, Illinois. And that was a buzzer beater as well. Tough stretch coming up they do. They got to play number 9, Michigan State here soon. That's going to be a tough test. And then Ohio State. Their women, number 20, 12-1. They did lose a game. They 12-1.
Got beat by USC.
Yep, I'm sorry. I got them mixed up with Iowa there for a second. Got beat by USC, which is a ranked team. And they got a tough game tomorrow coming up.
Ooh, tough start to 2026 with them against number 14 ranked Iowa.
All right, and the Hawks. Way to go, Hawkeyes. Your men's team, and I don't say this sarcastically, genuinely, we are, even though we're the loyal Sons and we are maybe a little biased towards Iowa State, we are supportive of the Iowa Hawkeyes. Remember this. So, Iowa got into the rankings. So, they've been sitting around waiting for it for a while.
Yeah.
And I think they deserve it. That coach is just doing a hell of a job up there. Man, they played a game against Bucknell in Des Moines when I was up there. Just freaking hammered them 94-39. I mean, Bucknell, it's Bucknell, but I mean, Bucknell's made a tournament run a few times.
Yeah, every once in a while, they'll pop up.
Yeah. Yep. And then they beat a tough UMass Lowell team. They do have to, I say that sarcastically, they go on to play UCLA here, starting out the new year.
Didn't Mickey Ward come from Lowell, Mass?
The boxer?
Yeah. It's got to be a tough-ass school.
I just thought it was at Boston.
No, he was Lowell, I thought.
Really? I don't know.
Might be a different Lowell. I don't know. I've never been to Massachusetts.
I'll look that up. Wasn't there a movie made about him?
Yeah.
With Batman in it, right?
Yeah.
He was a druggie.
Yeah, Batman was on drugs.
That's true. All right. So they play UCLA, and then they got to go up to old Minneapolis, St. Paul, and take on the Golden Gophers next week. And then the women for Iowa, sitting at number 14, 11-2 as well. Win over a tough Penn State team. They did lose to UConn, which, come on. That's kind of like we said about going to play Purdue and Les Lafayette. If you're going to lose a game, it's a game. And honestly, there's a lot of diehard Iowa women's basketball fans that were still happy with the fact they showed up.
Yeah.
It wasn't until late in the game UConn just kind of pulled away. But on the flip side of it, tomorrow they play number 20 Nebraska. That is in Carver.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Iowa women's basketball fans show up, man. I'm sure Nebraska fans are as well. All right, and that's a rundown on basketball. All good things. Yes.
Next segment.
All right, H&H Corner. What do you think, Brett?
And I'm watching the Nebraska game right now.
Oof,
they showed up the first half, and unfortunately, Utah is running away with it. I don't think this is going to help Utah fans thinking they're better than they are and start saying that they need to go into the Big Ten because they just beat Nebraska. Oh, it's a tough day.
Boy, they are quick to get lippy, aren't they?
They are.
They raise them. They raise them bold out there in Salt Lake City.
Well, to make it even worse, guess who picked Nebraska?
Both of us?
No, you picked Utah. I'm just going to mark this one as an L.
So, yeah, and Nebraska started off, their offense is completely decimated by the portal. Rayola's gone. Rayola, because Patrick Mahomes tore his ACL, Rayola went and did it too. And then he decided to enter the portal. We did hear Texas Tech did make a statement that, no, they are not interested in him.
Until Patrick Mahomes says, hey, let my stalker play for you.
I don't even know if he likes him, really.
He's got to. They've got the same quarterback coach, don't they?
Who?
Mahomes and Raiola? There's some weird connection there.
Mahomes at Kingsbury, I thought.
Or quarterback coach, like off-season quarterback coach.
Kingsbury was the head coach.
Yeah.
I have no idea. I will say this about Dylan Raiola. If there's a way to weasel his way into, I'd hate to use the word weasel, if he can find a door to get into something involving in Patrick Mahomes' life, he probably can.
He probably will.
Yeah, he might have the same masseuse. You never know. Maybe.
Well, it's not Deshaun Watson.
Oh, let's let go down now, right?
Yeah. Let's swerve back into the lane.
With Emmett Johnson out and, Nebraska was hurting. Also, multiple coordinators leaving or fired, including Raiola. This was a tough game for them to come into. And I'll be damned, man, like they were hanging in there for a quarter. And I'm going to talk completely out of my ass here and not pretend like I know who these players are, but the backup running back had a hell of a run at the start of the game. TJ Lateef, I do know that one. TJ was playing really good. It was just, I think we all knew depth was going to win over. And, Utah, make matters worse. Utah put a little salt in the wound. I'm driving out here. They've already got Devin Dampier that's playing pretty well. And they start doing a 2-quarterback system in there.
Really?
They start rotating in their true freshman quarterback, so where you don't even know who the ball's being snapped to, and they're essentially using him as a decoy. And I'm like, do you really need to do this to Nebraska? But
they want to prove a point. They belong in the Big Ten.
Yeah. Oh boy.
Yeah.
We'll get to that one.
Oh yeah.
Let's talk really quick. One other positive note.
Iowa beating Vandy. Thank you.
Exactly. Thank you. And you know what? We kind of ran through what Iowa had to do to win. And we're not, obviously, we're no coaches, we're no geniuses. And it's pretty common sense what they had to do to win. You had to neutralize Pavia. You had to take advantage of the fact that they don't have a strong defense, but you had to take advantage of the fact that you do have a very strong defense. Iowa has the best offensive line, at least according to awards, and the best center in the Big Ten.
Yeah.
And they showed it today. And Gronowski, that guy, man, I've sang his praises all year long. The only thing I will say is I've always said, yeah, he's a tough son of a bitch, but he's just not he's not a gunslinger like he used to be.
He broke 200 yards today in passing.
And leave that out of it.
That's huge.
It is huge. That's what I'm saying. Leave that out. He was throwing the ball. He was making some impressive passes. And I got to give it to Iowa's tight ends and receivers. They were making some amazing friggin' catches. Kamari Moulton, that entire team just played tough as nails. And Gronowski, man, I'll tell you, he took off running a few times. And I don't know if it's one of those, okay, it's the last game of my senior season. What it was? He just put his head down like a friggin' fullback and was just bowling over guys, man.
Yeah.
I will say Iowa showed they were not maybe they weren't the more talented team, but they were the tougher team. And they were the team that wanted it more.
Yeah.
Outside of Diego Pavia, the Vanderbilt offense was non-existent. And they had 2 receivers, maybe 3, that had really good games as far as yardage. But it was because Diego was making plays. And that guy was running for his friggin' life, man. We had to work our other jobs today, but I had a TV on the side. And it was like seemed like every 5 minutes I was hearing Diego getting hit after a pass or getting his dick knocked in the dirt, just getting drilled, which did not break my heart after the shit he pulled at the Heisman ceremony.
So I got a question on that. Do you think he's doing that on purpose?
Which part?
Tank like the draft
To come back.
so you don't have to go to like the Raiders or the Giants.
That's an interesting topic, man. And yeah, with NIL now, it's like because if you don't, you run the risk of if you don't declare for the draft, you maybe never get picked up. But if you do declare and then you not given a fair shake, then people can still see it as like, well, hey, he tried, right? I mean, we almost saw it with Shedeur last year.
Yeah.
I don't know. I really don't. I would have said up until a week or so before the Heisman ceremony, he had an ego, but not that bad. I could see it. Yeah. I could see him thinking, you know what? No, if I don't want to, but there's another topic there about pro players coming back to play college that we can get into next week.
Yeah. This is a holiday special.
Yes.
We're no angry vibes.
That's true. That is true. But Iowa fans, cheers to you guys.
Yes.
Cheers to the Hawkeyes.
Thank you.
Yep. Great job.
You're making us all happy.
And you get to move on to basketball season with both your teams looking good right now.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, I don't know if you know this, Brett, but Nebraska's playing in the Las Vegas Bowl. That is in Las Vegas, Nevada.
No kidding.
We talked about that last episode. Yeah. Just in case you didn't know.
Oh, I did not realize that. I thought it was Las Vegas. Isn't there like a Las Vegas, Missouri?
There might be. There's an Omaha, Texas.
Is there? We should go broadcast from there one day.
But anywho, okay, Brett, let's get into the fun stuff.
Yes.
Let's go through our bowl pick'em.
Okay. You want to start with BYU, Georgia Tech?
Sure, man. Walk us through it.
Yeah. So on the scoreboard, the Majestic Elk selected Georgia Tech.
Oh.
Yes. And unfortunately, BYU won 25-21. So that is a big L for the good guys and a W for the bad guys.
Okay. All right.
And then we had the Kinder's Texas Bowl. Did you know that was in Houston, Texas?
I did not. It is in Texas.
It is.
I can see.
And Houston pulled out a close one, 38-35 over LSU. The Majestic Elk took another L there. So that's 2 L's for the good guys.
Great job, Big 12.
Yeah. And then next we got the Valero Alamo Bowl, also in Texas.
Yes.
TCU versus USC.
Yeah, without Jake Hoover.
Yes.
Josh Hoover, sorry.
But then you got USC. We saw them, a couple years ago in the Cotton Bowl.
We did. We saw them choke to Tulane.
Yeah, they more gave up. I wouldn't say choke. Like to choke, you have to try.
We saw the Heisman quarterback lose to Tulane. That was I believe, was that a Jed Fish coach team? I can't remember.
I think so.
I think so.
Well, you won that one.
Oh. I picked TCU?
Yep, you picked TCU, and I took another L.
Yeah. I was really impressed with that game, too, because TCU, man, they just did not die. It was just one of those where USC would do something to put them down, and they just would not go away. And they had this, Seals kid or whatever, he's a backup quarterback, senior, come in. Unbelievable. Absolutely fantastic.
And then we just saw the Duke game go final. That is the first W for the good guys in this bowl season.
They beat an Arizona State team were they down to what? Did they even 4th string quarterback, or did they have to put a punter in to play quarterback?
Oh gosh, honestly, I had some things I had to get done after work.
Yeah.
So I was just watching the end of it.
I'll be honest, I didn't even know the game was on.
So Hoff is definitely taking the lead in our pick'em challenge.
It's a rare day, folks. It's a rare day.
But then we both have Navy, and we both picked up Arizona.
Hey, damn, Jeff Sims was playing.
Yeah.
He had almost 400 yards passing for Arizona State. So we both picked Arizona?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, that is tomorrow.
Yeah. No, that's on the second, isn't it?
Oh, I'm sorry. The second, yes.
The Trust and Will Holiday Bowl, Brett.
Yes, Trust and Wills are important.
Well, I bet that Liberty Bowl sold out Navy fans.
I bet.
Yeah.
That'd be a good game to go to.
I don't feel like Cincy fans are going to travel very well for this game. I think there's probably some guys on offense that, like, when Sorsby said he was out there, like, screw it, we're gone too.
Yeah, that's what's bad. Once one leaves, man.
You want to get somebody started on a transfer portal. You sit down and talk with my old man.
Really?
Yeah.
He gets pretty pretty
he shares
passionate about it
as we do.
Yeah.
He minces no words.
And then tomorrow at 11 a.m. on ESPN, you got Texas Tech versus Oregon, number 4 versus number 5.
Yeah.
Who you picking for that?
Oh boy, I'm gonna have to. I mean, regardless, it's a homer pick. I've got to go with Tech. I mean, as a Big 12 supporter, this is our year. Of all years, this is our year. I mean, really, the best shot we had was TCU, who got blown out by 70 points against Georgia. Prior to that, you know, all the best teams we had that were in the playoffs are now SEC teams.
Yeah, yeah.
And this Big 12 team is freaking legit, man. I heard an interview with Saban and a few others when I was driving up to. They said that they went down for practice. I think it was during whoever it was, they were on site for the Big 12 championship. And they said this team looks as good as any SEC team when they're on the field.
Well, you've been saying all year, like Texas Tech has defense. And
talk about two strange teams to be paired up.
Yeah.
Two teams that, like, 15 years ago, you would have said this team has a defense. And they're like, what?
No. Yeah. They're like, no.
But no, I'm going to go with Tech. What's the line on it even?
Oh, gosh.
I think it was like 1.5 last I looked. By the way, speaking of playoff, Ohio State and Miami are staying on both sides of my place.
Oh, nice.
Wow. I don't know if I can go home tonight because they play tonight. I don't really want to be around all their fans when they're pissed off at each other, all boozed up.
Dude, you need to just go video it and see if they fight. That'd be great.
You know, I had a really good talk with some of their band members from Ohio State. I was driving through Whataburger and they were coming out. I said, hey, good luck tomorrow, guys. And they're like, hey, thank you. And they stopped like, Iowa State, huh? Well, what bowl are you guys going to? I'm like, yeah, you can kiss my ass.
Did you sit there and say, we're too good for a bowl?
You know what? I heard a really bad take by somebody on my way up there too, and it was in a different state. But they said about Kansas State and Iowa State, as they saw it, they thought that Iowa State, Kansas State turned down bowls because they thought they were better than the bowl system.
What?
I'm like, do you watch the news?
Have you ever watched Iowa State or Kansas State?
This is a person that's in the press, the Associated Press.
This is like a legitimate person, not like me just making shit up.
No, this is a person that is like a college football personality. They're not like ESPN level, but I mean, they're regional level. It's like, dude, you're considered Associated Press. You determine rankings, and you don't know the circumstances both these teams are going through right now. Notre Dame bitched out of a bowl game.
Yes.
Kansas State and Iowa State, no. All right, well, enough. We've already gotten long-winded. Brett, you wanted to throw a bonus segment on here.
I did. So I recently got introduced to the Council Bluffs scanner. It is the most amazing thing. You can find it on X. You can find it on Facebook. Set it up where you get alerts. Absolutely amazing. So I went through and I highlighted some.
Yes.
But then I also made up some. So I'm going to read you the description of it.
Oh, this will be interesting. Because I looked at it when I was back home, and like there was one that was like pantsless man running down like 30-second.
Well, we'll get there. Okay. So I'll read these, and you have to tell me if it's legitimate. This happened in Council Bluffs, Iowa, or did Brett just make it up?
Okay.
So the report is male wearing a black coat and jeans trying to jump in front of a car on 16th. Male screaming and kicking fences. Been out there for about 45 minutes.
That's true.
That is 100% true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I used to live, well, it's not on 16th, but somewhere near there. And that's definitely a demographic you could see running around there on Saturday night. Early Sunday.
I'm just wondering what the fences did to piss the guy off.
You never know. Stopped him from getting somewhere he wanted to go.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
All right, so next one.
Okay.
Location, Walmart. You've been to that Walmart, haven't you? Yep.
Yeah,
okay. Female in her 40s, walking around the parking lot with a hammer, mumbling to herself, possible intox, scaring other customers, wearing a sweater and pajama pants.
I mean, I used to live south of Lake Manawa. That is definitely something that could happen. fuck are they doing over in, like, the Home Depot's right next door? Why do they got the hammer in there? I'm going to say it's true.
Oh, it's absolutely true.
All right.
Okay. All right. Next one. On the overpass near Pizza King. You know where that is? Yep. Report of male completely nude. It is true.
That's true.
That is true.
Well, I guess, you do have Barley's and, the strip down on Canesville, not far away. What time of day was it?
I don't recall. Okay. Last one. Intoxicated male got into the back seat of a caller's vehicle, a Chevy Equinox.
Oh.
Male is causing a disturbance in the store.
Okay.
They approached the male outside. He got out of the vehicle and kicked the female's vehicle. The employee at said store also went outside, and one of them hit him in the head with a floor sign.
What part of town was this in?
I do not recall.
Do you know the name of the store?
I'm not going to say it.
Okay. Can I see it? Yeah, that definitely happened.
Yes. That was true.
Yeah.
And that is why that is one of the greatest finds I had this freaking week.
You sent that to me, and that's gold.
Like, I've told multiple people about this, and people that don't know Council Bluffs, they think it's like The Onion, completely fake. They're like, no way all this happens in Council Bluffs. And I'm like, yes, it does.
Yeah. Some of the stuff I saw, I'm sitting here going, like, you've got to be kidding me right now.
Yeah. Like,
running away from, like, one person running half nude from Burger King to Sonic down Broadway. I'm sitting here going, like, what? And what's the funny thing is like, when I was in my 20s, that could have been one of my friends.
Probably. I might have done that. Thank God there wasn't social media.
That's a fantastic segment. Thank you for bringing that. We're going to continue that for sure.
Hopefully. And hopefully, Council Bluffs, you do your thing. Give us plenty more material. I appreciate it.
We both spent plenty of time in old council talk.
Didn't I kick you out of a bar?
You kicked me out of Scott Street alone.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right. Well, that's going to wrap up the episode. Brett, any final thoughts?
Just happy New Year coming up. 2026. I know everyone's has been in this whole next year is going to be worse than this year. Like, I don't believe that. I think 2026 is going to be amazing. We might have some challenges. We got a new coach, but I think it's going to be a good year, man.
Look at it this way. You can't go anywhere but up.
Exactly.
Yeah. We've been there before.
Yeah.
Shit, the Troy Davis years weren't all that bad, were they? All right, folks. Well, have a great holiday. Have a safe New Year. This is New Year's Eve, so have a glass for us or with us, and y'all be safe tonight, and go Tech.